Okay, hello, good morning. So the extract that I have over here is the one from the Nightingale and the Rose. Is the second extract, and this extract talks about. Okay, let me put you in a context first. So after this extract, the Nightingale. Well, before this extract, the Nightingale was trying to help the young student so he could get the red rose so that the professors and daughter could go with him at the ball. So yeah, that's basically what happens after before this extract. So the Nightingale is trying to go for the rose. He's searching. She is searching various types of trees. She goes around a lot of parts to search for that rose, and finally she goes back to where the student lives, and he has a tree of roses. But thanks to the winter, he doesn't have any roses. But he tells the Nightingale that the only way to get a rose is that if he sung during all the night and she turns the rose red with her blood, with the blood of her heart. So, yep. Then the part of the extract is the Nightingale basically deciding if she actually wants to do this, if she actually wants to give her own life for the team, for the young student, so he can have his rose and he can go to the ball with the professor's daughter. After she talks about it, she decides what to do, and finally she goes to the student and tells him that she will give her life to the student, but only in one, so he can have the rose, but only on one condition, and is that if he would be a true lover, because as she says here, all that she asks for is that he is a true lover, because love is wiser than philosophy. His lips are sweet as honey, and his breath is like frankincense. But the student looks up and he doesn't understand what the Nightingale is saying to him, because he only knows what's written in books. He doesn't understand the Nightingale's language. So after that, the Nightingale goes to the tree, and decides to start the ritual. She decides to put her chest on the spine that of the tree, so she could stain it with her own heart's blood.
So, extract 2, what questions? What does the Nightingale's village to die for a rose reveal about her beliefs and values?
Could you repeat that, please?
The first one.
Okay, so what does her sacrifice basically mean? Okay, so her willingness to die for the rose tells a lot about her. She's honest, she's really a nice bird, a nice nightingale, and she believes in true love. She believes that love is better than life. Here in the extract, she says that the it's a very great price for a rose, but what is the life of a nightingale like her compared to the heart of a man? So she decides to do the ritual for the rose, but the willingness of her to do that is just tells us that she is willing to do everything for love. She is caring and she even is very passionate for what she believes.
Okay, so how is the student portrayed during the nightless sacrifice, and what does his lack of understanding suggest?
How is this thing? Okay, so the student is portrayed as, I don't know, sentimental in a some sort of way. He's still crying. He cries a lot. He was sobbing because he didn't have a rose for her true love, for her love, for the love that would be accompanying him to the ball. And the not and her his lack of understanding about the nightingale tells us that he really is not going to appreciate the rose as much, because that rose will have a very deep meaning, would have had a very deeper meaning if he would have understood what the nightingale did for him, and so he could have the rose and he could go to the ball with the professor's daughter. Even he wouldn't have thrown, I think honestly, he wouldn't have thrown the rose as the next part after this extract tells us that when he gets to the Mrs. house, he presents to her the rose, but she denies him. She tells him that she already took another man, even though she promised him that if he would bring her a red rose, she would actually go to the ball with him. So that's very sad, and more sad is that the student throws the rose to the street and gets run over by a car.
Well, the next question. How does this extract explores the contrast between genuine love and superficial desire?
Okay, so this extract tells us, shows us that a very big difference that these two types of love have: the superficial one and the true one. True love is what the nightingale had. She had the true love. She didn't even have to love the student to do a sacrifice so massive for him. She gave her own life so he could be happy with his love, the professor's daughter. And we can see unfortunately the real face of superficial love that the professors don't have, because she preferred another student because he had jewelry, he had a car, and he was richer than him, than the student. He was just richer and had more expensive stuff, so she decided to go with him instead, and yeah. Done. Okay, so I want to first talk about the. Okay, now we're going to talk about the human ingenuity, so I think I want to talk about experiences first. And first, what do you think about experiences? What do you both think?
I think that the experiences, it depends on what topic we are talking. Because with the things you have explained us of the nightingale, the rose extract, we can observe that the experiences that that the other animals or the plants that hear the story about that hears that what the nightingale told to the student. I think it was very sad for them. They could be they were good friends with the nightingale. Oh, for all the thing that the nightingale had to sacrifice for a rose that the woman received doesn't care. It was sad.
I want to talk about experiences in that sort of way, but with some personal ones that I think would have a lot in common with this story. So, the experience of love. Okay, so at some point, everyone's going to have a partner and someone that they truly love and want to stay with them, even if it's for a week, months, years, or the rest of his or her life. I want to compare it with this. I have a girlfriend, and with her, I've had a lot of experiences, different experiences that I wouldn't have had, I think, with a lot of other women. So I want to compare it with this because the student, if I guess for his reaction about wanting the rose so badly, so he could go with just to dance with a girl. And that's at one of the first and not the only experience that he's going to have. That can happen with any one of us. That even if it's just a dance or a kiss or something bigger, right? Also, I want to talk about human ingenuity. The humans have a lot of ideas. Humans have invented a lot of things, and with that, a lot of other types of love, or types of love that may not be the traditional one, but for example, poly love. Three people are in love with each other. So yeah, two boys, one girl, two girls, one boy. It depends. But we've had also different types of forms to express our love, and that's sort of that's a thing that I like very much. I like it a lot actually, and one of them like giving our partner chocolate or giving him or her a surprise, a gift, giving her a letter or something. What do you think about it?
What I think is that it's important to have that thinking of having a partner, and it's very like, I don't know, lovely to have that idea of something, like not to be only alone and fighting or doing yourself alone. It's better to have someone you can trust and have a solution of many problems you have with.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. I like that form of thinking, and we all know that a partner is mostly for life, and we need to be secure with them. We need to feel safe with them. Also, the one of sharing the planet. There's a lot of those gifts, those ideas and gifts that we've had over the last years with other people. I think we can compare it with this type of the extract, when when the student just throws the rose to the ground. First of all, he cut the rose for a good reason, a valid reason. Of course, we're not killing the rose completely, but we're still cutting the rose from the tree. And but after that, then he just throws the rose like it's nothing, and we just I don't know, we just